Hello, friends and creators. Another view from Laughs a Lot Studios. I'm in my recliner because I had recent dental surgery. I don't look puffy. I look all right. This is a more casual view. I'm really wanting to embrace an easier way to get content out to you. So I'm trying to embrace this whole casual, just grab your cell phone and make content. I don't know. It's difficult and just new. That's all. Anyway, I am not one to sit in the recliner all day. It drives me batty. So I've been sitting here working in my memory keeper journal, catching up on some journaling around the whole Artemis 2 mission and some scrap metal getting evicted from the property, and more importantly, going to StamperCon again this year and enjoying my time out in Allentown, getting to experience the farmers market right there in the same lot as StamperCon. First time actually having the luxury to walk through and, yes, picked up some almond scones and some sweet Easter bread to go along with my sushi. You know what this reminds me of? Sitting here like this, talking to you about this. It reminds me of when I was getting respite care for Jerry, and I would go out to the lake and I would sit in the car and share with you while I was sitting in the car. I have a page here dedicated to going to Easton. I've been wanting to go to Buck's Bespokery for a while, but this whole area is at least an hour away from me. So since I was down at the StamperCon, I decided I wanted to visit Belleville Market, and oh my God, I wish this place was closer to me because it's beautiful inside, and of course it's the home to Buck's. So I had an opportunity to explore Easton. This is where I think it's going to get interesting for me putting a video together, because I know I have footage from the Allentown StamperCon and from exploring Easton, but now I have to do this whole editing thing on the phone. Oh, and you know, I have footage also from my new Insta360 camera. See, here I am trying to keep it simple. And I would just not include the walk around video from my body cam. Although, my gosh, I need to share with you new technology. Did you know you can use like a HyperDrive hub with your cell phone? And you don't need your laptop to kind of capture things from SD cards? I don't know, it was all new to me, but I just found this out. So this thing is called a, put it right side up for you, a HyperDrive hub. But it has all the different ports that you might need. And I found out that you can plug this in into the cell phone and then attach those SD cards or whatever, and the phone can capture the footage rather than going through the trouble of opening up my laptop, yada yada, and using the hub on the laptop. Let me explore. I think this is funny because I was having this conversation with artificial intelligence today about my tech toys for capturing and documenting moments, all in a conversation about purses and tote bags, by the way. It was an obsession conversation, my obsession with journals and journal covers, bags and totes and tech. Because when I'm out and about having a fun day like that in Allentown and Easton, it's like I want to have my Insta360, which is a little action cam. And this little piece comes out and can be a body cam. I want that for when I'm out walking around and exploring, but I also carry my small Sony RX100 in case there's something I want to take a photograph of. But then, of course, there's the phone. And after a while, it's like you lose being in the moment and enjoying yourself, because now it's all about documenting and being a producer. And who wants to carry around this little mobile studio? This stuff starts to get heavy. Anyway, I brought that up because I realized I also have dash cam footage, because now I have a dash cam in my vehicle, which prompted me to get up from the recliner and want to go to my laptop to look to see if the footage was even worth sharing with you. Oh my God. About the only reason I want to share this with you is because the whole ride down there, I noticed how the flowering trees were all in bloom. But you know what AI pointed out to me was the fact that these tech toys for capturing and documenting are sort of like the different colors of watercolor washes I could use in an illustration. They're just other opportunities for potential in my creative mind, and that really I don't have to carry them all at the same time, and they can all have their purpose. But yeah, there is something about me wanting to be prepared all the time. Yeah, it's funny. I don't know why I'm laughing there. This was the freebie table when you first walked in. It wasn't very crowded, but it was very zen-like to hear the quiet hum of the people that were there. And it was fun just to be around all this beauty, all this creativity. It was nice to be out among my people. And a shout out to Lisa from the Edison, the expo out in Edison, because she spotted me and came up to me and said hello. Thank you, Lisa. I really appreciated that.
Yeah, this is our son. Yeah, there's a guy for there's stuff down here. I have plenty of sheets. Yeah, that's and the guy.
Between Brass and Bliss and Stampers Anonymous, those are usually my weak spots. I wanted to pick up some die cuts for floral and for ivy. That's my haul, along with my sushi from the market. So after the StamperCon, I drove out to Easton. I love going on these little trips and exploring little towns. Not that this is a little town, it's a big city. But I enjoy little alleyways, discovering monuments in the center of town, exploring a little bit of their history. And I love being able to get close-up shots of monuments like this. And stumbling across tourist traps is always fun. All to get to the Belleville Market. Look at this building. I love noticing things like this. The windows at the top are not really windows. That's a mural, not a reflection. Isn't that awesome? Ta-da! Buck's Bespokery. Now that I am a fountain pen enthusiast, I found Buck's Bespokery through Instagram. And like I said, this place is an hour away from me, so I've been looking forward to coming out here to visit it and to explore and look at all the stationery, the stickers, the pens. I love that little library date due card with the charms on it. But Belleville Market itself was amazing. This booth was right across from Buck's. I almost came home with a planter pot. This is another artist stationery type booth right next door to Buck's Bespokery. I was in heaven here, especially because everything was laid out very boutique-ish. These were cool mystery books wrapped up with stickers and twine and a pen. A blind date with a book. I love that idea. I love meandering and finding little treasures like this Princess Bride charm. Yes, please do not pet the peeves. I was enjoying myself thoroughly here. I spent more than an hour. I mean, look, there was more upstairs. That mural on the steps, by the way, awesome. And upstairs, the floors were nice and vintage wooden, creaking. I got to discover new designers. Just loving the entire layout. Then next door to the Belleville Market is one of these antique repurpose places. I love the little history about the prisoners in the basement. And look at the architecture of this building across the way. I really do love little day trip adventures like this and wondering about the history, like this tile mosaic and this church. Well, editing that video was about as fun as the oral surgery I went through. I wound up taking it off my phone and putting it in my laptop and editing it the real way. So it's still a work in progress. I just need to stay simple and just stick with the phone. Stop trying to enjoy my love of technology. Egads. Trying to filter in webcam footage and the Insta360. It's a learning curve. I'll get there. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Yes, it's been a couple of days since I started that video. I have other things I want to share, and I'm going to get this one out to you so I can move on. Laugh at life, guys. Laugh a lot. See you soon.